Morning, everyone. How are we all today? I hope you're well. We'll look to see who's in before we get this underway. We've got Alan Duncan, good morning. Graham Easton, good morning. Carol Oates, good morning. The other Davy, good morning. Kirsty Foggs in, good morning, Kirsty. Andy Scott Bryan, Stephen Bankier, Alan Arnott, Scott Haynes are there in Lanark. The National Rail Fare's frozen for 12 months in Scotland. John Swinney announces. Good timing for it, Andy Scott Bryan. Who else we got? Jamie Dodger, keep on trucking, man. Rosie McGregor. Lorna Shields. Margaret Russell, good morning, Margaret. Lorraine, earlier in Airdrie, good morning. Right, back down the way again. Morning, Robert Bruce. Morning, Mel. Morning, wee Bud. Margaret Mackay. Tina up there in Dundee. William Watson, good morning. William Weir, good morning. Charles Campbell. All right, Charlie. Anna Kane. Right, let's get done. Get the comments current and we'll get this one underway as we're up with the 100 mark. Okay, welcome aboard. It's Andy Truck Davy out the truck now at home in his office on the 12th of the 2nd, 2026, where it is currently 2 degrees. Today's high will be 4 degrees. There is snow and rain in the forecast, and we've got a wee snow flurry going on at the moment, but it's not coming to nothing. Right, humidity's at 100%, wind speed 20 to 35 mile an hour, a bit cutting, and sunset will be at 17:13 this evening, and there is no pollen count. So that's how it is here in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. If you want to know what it's like where you are, look out your own bloody windy. Right, first up this morning, we've got the Herald. Let's get it up, we'll no mess about. The Herald's got Sarwar stands firm over call for PM to step aside. Fair enough. Nothing he and his MSPs can do about it. And even if all 37 Labour MPs were to rebel, still wouldn't be enough to force a leadership competition. So, Sarwar made an arse of himself, end of story. And 2 dead men walking. That's what Sarwar and Starmer are. Sarwar, when he gets his bahookie kicked in the election in May, will be ejected as leader. And Starmer, when they get the bahookie kicked down that road in May, will probably be replaced as well. I'll take that down. Put up the Metro. Yep, definitely Metro second today. So let's get it up. The Metro has Sarwar denies wider plot to oust PM. My first loyalty is country. What country is that, Sarwar? Because I'll tell you about one it's no, you unionist git. It's this one it's no. So it must be the one that belongs to your imperial master next door, eh? And Starmer stays loyal to Sarwar. Aye, right. Once again, it's the same thing, but Starmer can't sack him. And according to Sarwar, he acted alone. He acted alone. Well, he's not alone in his calling for it now, because I heard Jackie Bailey do the same thing. In fact, I believe his MSPs are backing him. As I say, but they're both dead men walking. Simple as that. They're both dead men walking. Next up, we'll get Scotsman. This one's a lot of nonsense, this one. Claim lack of checks leaves Scots benefits open to abuse. And opposition politicians apparently think that Scottish Social Security is a soft touch. And when you get into the body of the article, it tells you they've got hundreds of employees and they only carry out about 4 checks each a year. Well, they've got 4,071 employees. And if they're all carrying out 4 checks a year each, that's over 16,000 checks being done. That's plenty. What a shite headline. Lazy journalism. Only took me a couple of minutes to find out exactly how many employees there were. And if they're doing 4 checks each, it's over 16,000 checks a year. That's a fair chunk of people being monitored. Crap headline. Made up nonsense. You're welcome. That's what we do this for, to point out the nonsense. Otherwise people get taken in by this shite. Right, next up we'll get the Times. The Times is PM knew his peer pick had backed sex offender. And this is previous communication officer in Downing Street, Matthew Doyle, who Sir Keir made a Knight of the Realm. Turns out he has links to Sean Morton, ex-Labour councillor here in Scotland, who was convicted of having indecent images of children in his possession. So he goes to the House of Lords, Matthew Doyle, and Pam Duncan Glancy gets thrown out the party. Brilliant, eh? Absolutely brilliant. That's a fair treatment in the Labour Party for you. One pal of Sean Morton's goes to the Lords, the other one gets his arse booted out the door of the party. You couldn't make it up. Right, we'll get rid of the Telegraph. Next up is going to be the Daily Fail. And we'll see what it's got for us this morning. If I remember right, it's got a Labour-related story. Starmer's judgment savaged over Labour peers' ties to Scott's sex offender as female MPs blast Number 10's Boys Club. Labour's women's fury over second paedophile crisis. Well, on the back of Mandelson. Here's another Labour lord who's involved with paedophile. Hey, Chris. Right. So down with the fail, I think the Guardian's next. Aye, Guardian next. So let's get the Guardian up. What's the Guardian go for us? Select female deputy to end Boys Club in Number 10, PM told. Somebody changed the rules. The deputy leader of the party was always an elected position, not a selected position. I was quite surprised when Lammy was appointed as deputy PM. That's normally the party that does that. Interesting. Obviously, the rules have been changed. Okay, let's get that done. We'll head for the next one. Next one up, the Sun. I don't put the Sun up, which is no. So I'll tell you what it says. Royal exclusive. Credit card. Queen Phillips and Charles loaned Andy 12 million for Virginia payoff. He hasn't paid back a penny. Andy faces a police probe into Epstein. Now, what is it he's accused of having done? Well, we'll get the next headline up and then we'll tell you. Next one up's the Eye. Andy faces growing police inquiry into Epstein links. And what is it the police are looking into? Claims in the Epstein files that Andy had more than one woman trafficked to him. In this particular incident, they're investigating a 2010 incident where a woman was trafficked to him at Windsor. And they're also looking into him having Dana Mandelson, and while being UK trade envoy, leaking market-sensitive material to Epstein. So, pedo prince traitor. Wow, he's racking up the titles, this guy, isn't he? So, that's what the eyes go for as a date. So it would appear it wasn't just Mandelson was passing on market-sensitive information to Epstein. It was also Andy while he was a trade envoy for the UK. After that, we've got the Looney Rag the Express. What's it got for us this morning? The knuckle dragger's favourite paper. Sir Jim Radcliffe says, does anybody actually give a fuck what Radcliffe says? Anyway, apparently the UK is colonised by migrant, claims United chief. He also says they're costing too much money. How did this guy get to be a billionaire? Does he not understand that every 100,000 of them that comes in and works within the economy contributes $7 billion a year to the economy? Fucking racist twats. I wonder if Sir Jim is a Labour peer or a Tory peer. Tell you what though, none of them have ever heard the term solidarity. None of them. And that fucking idiot in the picture there, Starmer, he couldn't spell socialism. Fuck. Right, let's get that done. Another racist peer. No surprise there. Another racist billionaire who thinks he's superior to everybody else. Spanner. Right. Next up, we've got the Tory graph. That's got a couple of interesting things in it. Let's get the Tory graph up. Oh, it was at times that other headline was interesting. Forgot about it. That's done now anyway. Anyway, put the Tory graph up. And it's got Labour up for closer ties with Europe. Sounds like a good idea to me. After the elections in May, when Wales makes it clear they want to fuck away from Westminster, Scotland makes it clear they want to fuck away from Westminster, Northern Ireland will do whatever it wants. It's already got its right to choose. Westminster's going to be in trouble. But the thing about it is, Wales isn't ready to demand yet. I'm no doubt Plaid Cymru will want to have a couple of administrations under their belt before they call a referendum. But the pressure's there. Right, the book's done. That means there's only one headline left to see, and that's the Star. What's the Star got for today? Here we go. Ineos boss Radcliffe, Britain is being colonised by immigrants. Man, you Jim, racism storm. And he says that migrants are draining resources from the state. Normally when they get here, they're young, they're fit, they're capable, they don't need medical attention, they don't need anything actually. They just enter the workforce and start paying their dues. But I'm getting fucking sick of this. The isolationism that they want to impose upon us or so that they can control us. Becoming multicultural has been one of the best things that's happened on these islands. It's improved our cuisine, it's added colour, it's added culture to our own cultures. And we don't need some racist fucking billionaire stoking division. What these people don't get. I mean, if you look at the history of England and the amount of immigrants that have actually made it what it is today, and we're talking all the way back, the Romans, the Normans, the Saxons, the Vikings, the Picts, the Celts. The fuck are these people on about? Racist gits. Our job as humans is to be nice to everybody, no matter what colour, creed, religion they are, and to show international solidarity with our fellow man. Well, of course, we only get to listen to these fuckers who are raping our economy and selling it off. So now we've discovered that Radcliffe, as well as being an asset stripper, is also a racist. Wonderful. The scum seems to rise to the top, and it all seems to find its way into the House of Lords. Right, thanks very much, guys. That's it for this morning. Reagan will eat up in about 10 minutes. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found it informative. But Radcliffe, a racism. Radcliffe, the racist. No surprise there. There really isn't. Bye for now. Oh, be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon with the other Davy to chat about some of the things that have been going on across the week. And we'll see you then. Bye for now.